Anything goes with Alex and Dan. This the podcast that you need. You just gotta tune in. Let's go. Anything goes. A couple of guys that keep the convo popping. Intellectual, thought-provoking, interesting, and sometimes choking. Sharing their opinions. Join in and listen. Let's go. All about connection. You really just don't know what you're missing. Anything goes with Alex and Dan. Let's go.
What's up, guys? We're back. Anything Goes is officially back. Every week, we're going to be recording new episodes. We have an episode here that was recorded probably 3-4 weeks ago, and it's just been sitting on my hard drive. I'm releasing that, and then after that, every week on Tuesdays, it'll be on YouTube and Spotify, just so you know. Just want to give you a heads up. We are officially back. Enjoy the show. Is that good?
Yeah.
Am I there?
Yeah.
How do I do this? There we go.
There you are.
There I am.
There you is.
Well, you didn't even fucking give me a heads up or nothing. You were just like...
You texted me and said, whenever you're ready.
Wait, are you already like recording and everything?
Yeah, stream's been up for 10 minutes.
Yeah, because I just sit there and know.
You're in my Discord. There's a whole ass alert that goes out.
Wait, really? I'll pay attention to that shit.
I can tell.
How you doing, man?
No. How have you been? How are you doing?
I'm so great.
I don't believe you.
I'm so wonderful.
I don't believe you.
I'm a new man,
You
dude.
miss me so much.
That's a lie. I've missed you so little.
I know.
No, I've missed you.
You've been dodging my damn.
I have
calls
not
and
been dodging
texts
you.
all the time, trying to get this podcast together.
Yeah, because that's what you do. You call and text people. I lost my job, and you sat there and said, "You know what? We're never going to talk again."
Never
I lost my
that.
I lost my respect for you.
You know what?
And then
You didn't even tell me you lost your job. I had to find out from other people.
No, I literally told you the day I got fired.
Probably, I don't
because
remember.
you literally were like, "Are you sick?" And I was like, "No, I just got let go." And you're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got fired." And they're like, "Oh,
Dude.
all right." And then we didn't talk for 6 weeks.
Everybody at work was like, "Did you hear what happened to Dan?" I'm like, "No, what happened to Dan?" Like, he got fired, and I was like, "Why?" Acting like I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
So, yep. How's the new place?
It's awesome.
Really?
I like it. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, so I'm still in that, like, I guess, like a honeymoon phase of a new job, right?
Yeah. Did they hook you up at least?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they did. Actually, hold on. I'm so dark. Let me see if this light.
No, you're white.
Well, you don't know.
Go ahead.
Not even funny, dude.
Not even funny. Damn, he thick. It's been a while since I've talked to Dan. That light didn't help. We gotta get him a ring light.
Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Now you can see my transparent skin.
You do look good. Yeah, it looks better.
All right. Anyway, what are you saying? I thought you were saying something.
I don't remember. I asked if they hooked you up, and you said yeah.
Oh yeah, they did. So
You have your side shields on your glasses still.
Oh my god! Look at this. See, this is why you gotta tell me. You gotta be like, "Hey, all right, this is
I didn't even
it."
notice until now.
3, 2, 1, go. No, you're just like, boom. And I get so used to wearing them because all week it's just they're on,
Yeah.
so I just never take them off. I get that shit too. Like if I'm in a public place, then like if I'm at like a restaurant or whatever, they're like, safety first, right? And I'm like, yeah, wow, you're so funny.
Wow, you're funny. So much of a tip you get.
Yeah.
So tell me about it, man.
So they directly hired me, so I didn't have to go through temp or nothing. Making more than I was making at Napide. And so guess how much vacation time I got from day one?
How much?
Just guess. I want you to guess.
3 weeks.
Damn, no, 2. I got 80 hours. And that was
That's
like
pretty
a
good.
lot. Yeah, it's really good. I had to work for
A year?
2 years.
A year?
No,
Yeah,
2 years. If you think about it, because I had to do 8 months of temp. which
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
get shit for.
Yeah.
And then you have to work a year to start getting good amount of vacation, I guess. But they started me out with 80 hours. My benefits will start February 1st.
They got the 30-day thing. You got to be there 30 days for it to kick in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It used to be 90, but I guess they just changed it like when I got it. What else? Oh, literally the second day. So they started this thing where they have the boot truck, and this basically, you know how like the snap on guy comes.
Oh,
Well,
boot
they
truck,
have
yeah.
a boot truck instead, but they literally let you get $150 credit through the company. So you can get up to $150 boots for fucking nothing. And that happened my second day. So I got brand new boots. And then you know what else they did? They fucking my birthday is December 2nd. It didn't even start until January 17th. I got a fucking birthday card and a shout out and a $1 scratch off for my birthday. I was like, I went up to Donna, the HR person. I was like, you do realize my birthday was like a month and a half? She's like, I know, but I was just like, it's close enough.
That right there can make so much. Like, you just.
I know. I got a $1 scratch off. I didn't even win, and I thought I was the fucking king of the world, you know? Like that's simple shit. I never even got. You know how they post on yours the happy birthday.
Yeah.
I never even got that once. They didn't even do it. Like, December 2nd would come around.
You know what's wild? Like, I found out it's not even the HR lady that does that. It's one of the salespeople.
Yeah. No. Exactly. She doesn't do. I don't like that
man.
person.
I don't know, man.
And I think about I've been training the whole time with one guy, and he's really cool. He's been there for 19 years, so he fucking obviously knows what he's doing. And he's very meticulous and like I don't know, like he has his way of doing things, and they're all very just like specific, and he is really good at showing how to do that. I guess I'm not really sure how to explain it, but it's really cool. Like I've learned more in the last 2 weeks in a job like this than I have the whole time in NetPide. Like legit, because they just are going, here you go. We'll figure it out, I guess. And then everybody's just super fucking nice. Nobody's cranky and shit because, you know, they give you normal hours. They like 410s and you're good. And we might work Fridays.
Am I killing Likey? No, we're good.
We might work Fridays once in a while. I mean, we probably will here soon because we got a big push coming. But for the most part, like 410s, you're done Monday through Thursday. And then that right there is like the best. I honestly think that's the best because literally I didn't even get like worn out for the week, you know. And then I'm like, oh, I got 3 days off. Shit. Okay.
There was rumors that they were going to talk about that. They were going to do that where I'm at, and they had. So picture you're on your line, right? They had the three or four older guys next to you. I'm not going to say names, obviously, but starting
right.
They had them doing that. The goal was they were going to do a bunch of work during the week and see if they got their week done in 10 hours a day, and start a plow. If they could do that, then that's what they're going to try to do. That's what I heard, anyways.
Yeah.
And I heard that they did it, but then management was like, "Nah, we don't want to."
Yeah. Well, the thing is, before you were there, they tried that for I think they did it a couple weeks. They did it 410s, and then they only lasted like 2 weeks. And their big thing was, well, what was it? The store or like the parts place and stuff, like where customers can come in. Apparently, their operation is on Friday, so why should they have to come to work and you guys don't? And also, what if a warranty comes in and they want to be serviced on Friday? I'm like, tell them to come on Monday. I don't know, like any other fucking company, we don't have production on Friday. Be done. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But whatever. It is what it is.
Well,
And can I tell you how it happened? How it went down the day of? Okay, so I came in and I ended up being you know how I was at the end. I was 4 minutes late. I fucking just hated coming and everything. I was 4 minutes late. And any other time that wouldn't be a thing, right? Like literally for months I was late
Yeah, I know.
fucking day. And nothing, they never said anything, never did anything. And they never got points for it. And then 9 o'clock comes around, or I guess it was like 8 o'clock, and Dean comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, you do know you have 18 points, right?" And I was like, "Okay." And it was random as hell. And he's like, "Yeah, you know what happens when you get to 20, right?" And I'm like, "You lose your job, right?" And he's like, "Yeah. So make sure you're not, being late or missing any more days." And I was like, "Okay. Thank you, Dean, I guess." And 9 o'clock comes around and he comes back up to me and he's like, "Hey, follow me." So he takes me into the
same
office.
day?
The same, yeah. This was all one day. The 9 o'clock comes around. He's like, "Hey, follow me." So I go up to the office and it's Chris, and I sit down and he sits down and she's like, "Oh, you were ended up being late today, so that makes you at 20 points and you're terminated." And I was like, "Okay, I just got told an hour ago I had 18 points and this should be 1." And she's like, "Oh, well, last Tuesday you were late too, so here's the paper for it, sign it, you're fired." And I was like, "All right, fuck it." Just signed it. And I was like, "So you walking me out?" Or I look at this point, I was like, they're just trying to get rid of me, which is fine. I mean, if you don't want me to work there, okay, cool, you're firing me. So and that's what was my attitude. I was like, "All right, so are you walking me out or not?" And they're like, "Do you understand what that means?" And I was like, "Do I understand what being fired means or let go? Yes. That means I don't work here no more."
What do you want me to do? Beg for my job? The conversation's over.
Wait, are you walking me out or is this over? Like, what's going on? And he was like, "Oh, well, our policy is you can't get your tools out." And I was like, "I already know the policy. You guys keep tools hostage until we fucking turn in our uniforms. I'll turn in my uniforms and I'll get my shit on a different day. And can we start walking out? Because I got some shit I can get done other than being here." So they were just like, yeah, I guess." Like they were expecting me to like cry or something. And so at first I was like,
"Please."
If I would,
if you'd beg for it, they would have let you stay.
I know that there's been at least a couple of their employees that have been let go from points, got over a dozen more points than 20. And that's just because they were like, "Oh, I have kids." And I was like, I got thousands of dollars in savings and I took a month off. Well, really what it was 2 days later, I went and because I was thinking, I was like, okay, so what do I want to do? Because really this is like an opportunity to be like, okay, what do I actually want to do? And I went through like job sites and shit, and I was like, maybe I do this. I was thinking about all these things. So I took like 2 days just looking and thinking about it. And then eventually I was like, my best shot would to probably just talk to Abby and have her bail me out again.
What, with Monroe?
Yeah. So because that's what happened with, I was working at Applebee's when she ended up going over the nap height, and like a year later, she's like, I finally was, because she asked me all the time. She's like, you should come here. It's so cool. Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot more money and this and that. And then finally, after a year, I like did it. And then as soon as she went to, where I'm at now, she was like, you should go. And then about a year later, I was like, you know what? Now I need it. I told her, I was like, yeah, so I ended up getting fired and pointed out because I'm an idiot. So, and she's like, give me an hour and a half. And an hour and a half later, Mark called me and he's like, hey.
Mark
come
is
here.
Who?
My boss.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't just say names, but
Edit
it is
it
what
out.
it is.
You're an editor.
No, I'm not editing shit. I'm gonna fucking leech the Twitch stream and just post it.
Well, my boss, I could say that now, it was off due to his surgery at the time he got let go. And I talked to him and he was like, I really didn't want, I heard about it. And he was like, I really didn't want Dan to go. He's like, I really like Dan. And he was like, do you still talk to him? And I was like, I mean, no. He hasn't talked to me at all. He's gotten better than me. So, and he was like, if you talk to him again, tell him to try and come back in a few months. Because they were going to let you come back.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's so. Literally, I was thinking that too. Like on my, I was like sitting there in the office, and to myself, I was sitting there going, if he
Your
was
boss,
here, if he was here too, would this conversation still be happening? Because I don't think it would be. Because he was so just like this dude. He didn't want. I know he would be the only one that was upset. Did he like? I wonder if he like pitched a fit when he came back and noticed, and they were like, "Dude, why'd you do that to him?"
If he did behind closed doors. He didn't say anything about it to me. He was just upset about it. I mean, he was like, "Ah, man."
Hey, man, they were just following policy, right?
Yeah, they follow their own fucking shit, dude. So Friday was a really bad day for me. So
this Friday.
Yeah, yesterday. So what they did was, I was on the south side, right? I was working next to Muni's. Yeah. So I was there. We did all of their trucks. Did I tell you about the promotion thing?
See, that's what I was getting at. Okay. I was asking you about it the other day, and you're like, "No, mate."
The service desk.
No, I don't know nothing about.
So our boss's boss comes up to me when we're doing Whataburger, and he says, "Hey, do you remember when you had your review, you told us you didn't want to be turning wrenches the rest of your life?" And I said, yes, and that's still my goal. He says, when you're done with Whataburger, you're being lateral promoted to service, and you're going to work with Frank. I was like, okay.
Okay.
And this was like, I had like 4 trucks left.
So it was like a week or so ago?
No. That's a different topic. I'll tell you off stream because I don't need other people hearing that part. But anyways, He came up to me and said, "You're going." He was like, "You're gonna need new pants because you have to dress nice because you're gonna be dealing with customers coming in and out. You gotta look the part." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll go shopping." He said, "Okay." I get done with Whataburger. Nothing said. I do like 2 GSAs, and we have this running joke that the line's moving slow even though the line's full. Right? I do my job. I did what you did. I set the bodies. I sent it. Whatever happens down at the end of the line, not my fucking responsibility.
Exactly.
So I did that, and he was like, "Man," he's like, "You know what? We're gonna put you on a monthly tracker to see how many trucks you do." And I was like, "Well, soon you're not gonna have to worry about that, are you?" And he says, "Well, actually, I want to talk to you about that." And I was like, "Don't you fucking dare!" And he was like,
"Oh no,
they hired somebody else."
This was Friday?
No. I got another story about that, but that's just one thing that did happen. So this happened like months ago. This is like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Okay.
So he does that, and then I'm like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
If I would have went out and bought the new clothes that you told me that I needed to get so I can look presentable.
Oh my God, that would be so fucking
I would have literally took the receipts to HR, says I want reimbursement for this.
Yeah.
So, that happened. And then, at this time, my boss is not there. He's still out with his surgery. So he has no idea that this happened. Comes back. Whataburger's done. GSA's pretty much done. They send Roach, Tony, and Tim to Kentucky to work down at the plant down in Kentucky. Well, recently they didn't do they haven't done a trip since last time, but anyways,
it was like Mercedes or something.
Yeah. So they sent them down there. So, and so I got they shut our line down and just moved everybody over to where you were.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm still cranking out jobs. It's me and Brian still back there. And he's just like, "You know what? You guys just still aren't moving fast enough." So, the clock that was on South Side in front of Muni's Bay where you walked by, you could see the time?
Yeah.
They went and got that, and it is a stop clock. And they put it on the Mohawk. And as soon as I pull a truck in, they hit it. Boom. 2 hours. You have 2 hours to set this body. Now this Friday comes. That's fine. I'm making my time, right? I'm doing it.
Yeah.
This Friday comes around. Sometime Monday, I get a new body, a new chassis, a 2022 chassis with a 2018 body.
Oh yeah, I know. Yep.
I put the 60/30s on. I weld the hitch on. I do everything like that. I set the body down. The body mounts are on the inside, so they go on the frame.
Right.
I walk up to my boss and I was like, "This is all wrong."
Yeah.
this paperwork is correct. I went off solely off paperwork and directions. Everything that I did to a T is correct. The stuff that I got is wrong. He says, okay, the truck is done. The body is sitting on it, completely done, right? He says, take it all apart.
Yep.
So I'm still on the clock for this job. So I built the truck fully, and now I have to stay on the clock, disassemble the entire truck, pull the truck out, still on the clock.
Yep.
Friday comes on. He says, hey, we special ordered your parts. You got it. I need you to clock into it and do it. Okay. I clock into it, pull the truck back in, knock out the entire truck, weld it, bolt it down. The only thing that is left is attaching the bumper. He comes up to me and says, you have 19 hours clocked in this job. It only pays 10. Why is there 19 hours? There's 2 of you guys on here. 8 hours, 8 times 2 is 19. And I'm like, what the fuck? I walked away. This has been the first time since he's been back that he talked to me like that.
Yeah.
I had to walk away because I would have lost my shit. I wanted to be like, don't you fucking understand that you guys gave me the wrong parts and I had to take apart the entire goddamn truck still on the clock? And then you're going to come up to me saying that I'm over in time?
Yep. And the reason I'm smiling so big is because that was almost like a monthly occurrence. Like, I literally had to deal with that so many fucking times, and it would be the same thing every time. They would tell me to take it back off, pull everything back out. 2 days later, they'd be like, bring that back in. We got it fixed. I'd bring it back in, start working on it, and he'd come back an hour later. Why in the hell is there this much time on this truck? And every single time, I would be like, I literally had to build it and then take it back apart. And then his answer was, maybe you should check your parts before you start building shit. And I'm like, isn't that someone else's job? Like, hello? You guys did this. So I 100% know how you feel. Go on.
I personally believe that my immediate boss, if you know I'm talking about the same person you talk about, is just getting fucked right now. Like, he is trying, like, I've noticed he's trying so hard to make things work, and then people up top are just shitting on him.
Yeah.
He has no help.
Yeah.
It's just him. And then you have his boss just walking around like, and then he tries to help, and then it's just nothing. And then, so yesterday, something had to have happened, because after he got done raising, he didn't even yell at me. It was just,
no, he doesn't.
It was just
Yep.
this, right?
Exactly.
Didn't yell at me. I saw him grab a broom, swept the entire shop, pulled everything out, swept it. Someone got on his ass about something, and he fucking just started cleaning everything through.
And this is the one that just came back?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Wow.
So
Yeah,
I don't know if he's going through some shit, and the one thing that caught him was the time on the truck, and he had to come say something. Meanwhile, the line is so full that the truck that I brought in to weld on, I lifted the body up with the Mohawk and could not move the truck. I welded underneath the body. Had that Mohawk gone out, I'd be dead. So I'm building a truck underneath the lift. They can't go nowhere else because the line is full, and I'm getting yelled at because the truck's taking too long. Meanwhile, and I'll say his name, Austin spent 2 days, 16 hours. You want to know what he was doing? Putting on a strobe on the cab. You know the overhead strobes that go on the back light? 2 days. And I got yelled at.
It took him 2 days.
2 days. It took him and fucking Derek 2 days. And Derek did them all with the Whataburgers.
Wow. Okay. Hey, man.
It has been rough, man. It has been.
I know it has been.
I've taken on like assisting the line and trying to help things move progressively. And nobody wants to fucking listen, dude.
Nobody
listen.
It won't happen. I totally get it. Like I said, you basically filled my shoes, and it sucks for you because it was terrible. I dealt with it for over a year. All I wanted was to be able to work in my own bay, work on myself, work.
I don't even mind working with other people. They just got to stop being so
great.
R-worded.
My place doesn't even have a production line. They're like, I was talking to them on my interview, and I was like, do you guys, he's like, they have like a Mohawk, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like in the warehouse. It goes around.
Is their
So
place
they
bigger than ours?
technically no,
No.
it's so much smaller. There's so many less people there. Well, I guess it's almost the same. They only have
No, I'm talking
one
building.
side.
Is the building bigger?
No.
Oh, so it's
not,
like a north side.
Yeah, like they have like basically it's one side, and that's the bays, and then they have the other side, which is the warehouse / production line, which is very rarely used. The only time they're going to use it is like right now they have a contract that I'm not even a part of, thankfully. But they have a contract that they're just waiting for shit to come at this point. So they're kind of at a standstill. They'll stand still on that. But he said we rarely ever use, like, that's why it's around the fucking warehouse. Like, they don't use the shit.
Yeah.
Most people, if you like, there's a person that works next to me. He does a lot of utility bodies, which they don't have a whole lot of go through there. He's like the main person that will do like a lot of utilities because he can just get through them at like 3 in a day.
From start to finish, 3 trucks.
Huh?
From start to finish, 3 trucks.
Yeah, dude will he flies. He's like Sonic. And he'll pull it in. Well, here's the thing too. He'll pull in the chassis. He'll get everything ready, and he'll pull it out. And he's gone for a while. Well, I found out he goes and he takes it to the Mohawk that's not used, and he'll use that to set his body because it's a utility. It's a lot easier that way. And then he'll bring it back. And then I was like, oh, that makes sense. But they also don't have a whole lot. It's all chain falls there, so they don't have a lot of utilities to go through. It's all platforms, dumps, crazy big shit. And but there's the thing, there's not one body I've seen that isn't already complete. So like you know
lights
how
and shit all coming in,
all the lights and everything were already in it. You know how they kind of started doing that for most of the bodies at Knapheide, like the door seal. We used to have to do door seal, door handles, like all that shit. I haven't seen one body where I've had to do anything like that. It's like a platform, even the platform. It's completely done. It's literally you take the plug from this harness and the plug from this harness, and you go boop, and it's done. You're done with lights.
Is it 100%. Pretty much built the same? The platforms do the shear straps and the U-bolts and like all that?
No, there's no U-bolts. It's all shear straps and welded on to there's no strip cushions whatsoever. It's kind of a completely different process, and the motherfucker will not ever come off once it's done. It's a lot more welding. You're welding like 90% more because they don't use U-bolts at all. They're like, there is a chance that can come off, so no. So yeah, I mean, pretty nice. The only thing is like they have this weird like mud flap. Like their mud flaps are kind of pain in the ass, but I'm getting used to doing them.
You don't just drill them in? No.
There's a whole bracket thing where you have to like it. I don't even want to explain it. Okay. It's kind of a pain. It's the only part that I'm just like, because the only thing is my trainer is always like, he's like, you do the mud flaps because he's probably the same way. Like, fuck those things. So I'll end up doing them every time, and I'm like, oh, but whatever. Hopefully, I might actually get. We're learning a new like. Me and him are. Well, he's done them before. I guess they get a run of like 30 or 40 of these trucks, which is like just a regular truck. And it gets a Tommy gate, which is like a small lift gate that goes on the regular beds, and a gooseneck hitch, and a bunch of other, like a GPS, a tablet getting installed into the cab and stuff like that. And they're like high hour trucks. And they're like, he's teaching me how to do those. Once we do a couple of those, I think I might get moved to my own bay and be able to just start working. So it's only been it's probably 2.5 weeks, and I might be on my own again, or for the first time ever, actually. Yeah. And I'll be so excited. That'll be the best. I just got to get used to doing that because I've never had to do it. Did it for like maybe 3 weeks. I did accessories, which is put a toolbox on and put a grill guard on, and you're good. I've never taken a chassis in and built an entire truck on my own.
Yeah, me neither.
It's always been just set the body and go, and then hopefully the other people want to work hard enough to get the time right. But if they don't, you get yelled at. They don't get yelled at. You get yelled at. I don't know what that's about. They won't tell.
It wasn't. I haven't since he's been back. There hasn't been one time that conversation that happened yesterday has happened. It was the first time yesterday. So that's why I think something else tilted him a little bit, and he just also saw that and was like, "What the fuck?" I don't even know if he realized that the truck I was on was the one I had to rebuild. Like it was that. And I couldn't say anything. I didn't want to because I like him. I mean, he's a cool guy, so I wasn't gonna go, "Fuck you, this is what's happening," And I just built the truck. I had the truck. The next truck that I brought in, the whole thing was done within an hour and a half.
If the other supervisor would have done the same thing, would you have gone off?
The one above him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have lost my shit.
Yeah, he's pretty unlikable.
yeah, would have lost my shit.
Yeah.
Would have lost it.
Hopefully it works out for you, man. Wait, so that was the whole big promotion thing that you were talking about, was the sales? No? We can't talk about that one? Oh.
We can after the podcast. Just in case. It's not I wouldn't even consider it like a promotion thing. It was just something else I was looking into.
Okay. The one where you're just like through, because I thought you were talking about it. And then I was like, hey, so did this happen? And you're like, nah. And I'm like,
well, I didn't want to, you were asking me questions and I was like, I didn't want to be like, hey, you piece of shit, let's save them for the podcast. So we have things to talk about. And then that's why I just left you. I just left. I was like, I'm not going to answer anything else. We'll talk about it on the podcast.
And then I bring it up and you're like, no, I'll tell you after.
Yeah. Well, that's because there's other things at play. And let me put it this way. My future, I'll tell you later. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I was about to say, just don't tease it, man.
No, I mean, I will tease it.
Tease it.
They don't tease it. Nobody listens to this anymore.
So what the? Yeah, no, it's like, wait, what? This is still a thing?
Yeah, you're gonna upload.
So what else have you been up to?
It didn't change in my life, man.
Ain't no, I mean, same though.
I mean,
for real,
literally nothing.
Literally.
I went to the movies for the first time in many moons.
What'd you go see?
Spider-Man.
I did too. I can't believe I went to go see a Marvel
movie. Look at you.
So what it was my kids were at their mom's house, and that's over out in Oxford. So, and I was like, hey, you want me to come pick them up? It was like Sunday or whatever. No. Yeah. Sunday, but Monday they had off still. And so I was like, yeah, I can go pick them up real quick. I ain't got shit going on. So I go out there and on the way, I'm like, dude, we should go to the Great Lakes Crossing. I was just surprising with it, right? So we ended up doing, I pick them up and I was like, you guys want to go to the Great Lakes Crossing? And they're like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, the big mall. They're like, oh, the big mall? And I was like, yeah, you guys want to do that? Because they got round one in there and shit. So they're fucking all stoked.
Is that
so we go there. It's a huge, huge arcade with like bowling alley and everything all connected, but we didn't bowl or nothing. We just gamed it up. So we did that, and then there's a movie theater, and I seen it, and the only thing that was even remotely close to something that I can watch with the kids was Spider-Man. So I was like, you guys want to try watching the new Spider-Man? Of course, my son's like, yeah, because he's huge in that stuff. And the girl's like, it's a movie. I don't care. You can give me popcorn. Gotta get a drink. Okay, I'm in. So we went and watched that, and I was so fucking surprised. I loved it, dude. It was such a good movie. Did you like it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I feel like it was very, very well written.
Yes.
The movie itself was kind of...
What do you mean?
I don't know how to explain it without spoiling it.
That's so true, though. That's the thing. You can't talk about that movie. It's just going to spoil it no matter what you say.
I think that the fact that what they did set up many other movies is probably one of the most brilliant thing I've seen.
Exactly.
I was like, to set up Doctor Strange and to bring Wanda in. And so, do you want to hear a rumor?
I would love to.
Okay.
Depends on who's about.
Rumor is, because they're in the same thing, Magneto is Wanda's father. Okay. So,
Okay.
rumor is that you know how all of this stuff has been happening and you haven't seen any X-Men?
Yeah. Oh.
Rumor is that when Wanda was born, she killed all the mutants. Just all of them. Poof, gone.
Yeah.
So, with this happening in the Doctor Strange thing, rumor is that one thing she's going to have to do in that movie is bring all the mutants back, which is going to introduce the mutants into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's gonna be fucking nuts.
I don't know how true it is. This is what I've been told. I haven't even read it.
Here's the thing:
So-
if it wasn't true, they're gonna read. Someone in that company is gonna read that shit, and they're like, "Thanks for the idea, buddy. That's $1 million
idea right there, free baby."
That's the thing about the internet, man. You just get ideas from it
For free.
From fucking people.
What do you
that
do? I
there-
sit there and I scour Twitter all day just to get ideas, throw it on a piece of paper, send it to somebody, and I'm paid.
for real.
Be the
And the
best
title
job in
is
the world.
called social media.
Yeah, social media managers.
I run the social media.
Yeah.
AKA I look through for ideas through the internet from other nerds.
Scour Reddit and Twitter all day, and that's all I do.
Man,
That'd be
I would
fun.
hate that. It'd be so toxic.
Yeah, it would.
Most of the shit I'd just be like depressed every time. Like,
Yeah,
oh man.
yeah. But other than
I
that,
don't know,
man,
But for real, like taking that time off that I took off, because what the way it was like they're like, hey, we would love for you to work here. You have experience in welding. And then they're like, wait, what happened there? And I was just like, I'm gonna be honest, I just fucked up. I didn't show up enough. And they were like, whatever. I was like,
usually employers are like,
no,
not
seriously,
gonna do
like
that
I was
there.
like I was like, dude, this is it. This is where they're gonna be like, we're gonna look in a different direction. Now he's like, just don't do it here.
what are
I'm
your
like,
points like there?
got it. Pretty much the same. I mean, the only thing is, it's like it's cut in half, but they also do, if you're late, it's a half a point, if that makes sense. You know,
So
what I'm saying?
it's one. So it's like 10 points, but it's half a point.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
But he literally was like, huh?
do they fall off annually again?
Yeah, it's the same. Like,
God, that's such a
rolling
dumb
schedule.
policy.
I know. It is what it is. Just he was pretty much like, well, my thing is, if I'm only having to work 4 days a week for the
Yeah,
most
why-
part,
why would you
anyways,
call out?
that's
Yeah.
not going to be that big of a deal. It's when my attendance sucks when I'm burnt out, and when you're working
as
me
anybody
6,
does.
5 days, 5 tens, and then a mandatory Saturday, and 80% of the other people that work are working 8s, and you're just like, what the fuck, man?
You know, as
I don't
soon
wanna
as you
do
left,
that.
they stopped doing that.
Of course they did. It's the
everybody
day
else
the day I got fired, we started doing 8s again.
Yeah.
I was my first 8-hour day again for the seriously 7 months.
They haven't
And I
done
was, like, I was like, cool, I can finally get back into just
normal life.
normal
Working out
fucking
again, doing this, doing that.
And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you don't have a job. I was like, all right. And then the whole time I had off, I didn't work out once.
I have not worked out since then.
And I just fucking, I don't know, man. I mean, you probably noticed I streamed a lot.
I did notice that, yeah.
At some weird ass times. It was like 8 a.m. I'm streaming.
Did you get any traction from it? Any followers? Anything like that?
I got it. I mean, yeah, there's a couple. I mean, not like nothing crazy. I didn't like blow up or nothing, but I got like 4 or 5 more followers. I was playing. Have you ever heard of Generation Zero?
I think I watched you play it.
It's kind of a terrible game. I got it when it first came out, and me and my buddy Cody were like kind of playing it. And of course, when you're playing with a friend, it's like a lot more fun,
Mhm.
no matter what. So we played it for a while, but it was still just very stagnant. Like you do like 5 minutes, and you're like, I've seen everything. Well, they re-updated a bunch of shit, right? And they were like almost like re-released it in a way. Like they had a huge advertisement on it, and I was like, fuck, whatever. So I re-downloaded it, and I started playing it, and I put it on stream. Still terrible, by the way. So I play it for a good hour, and then some dude starts watching me, and he's like, starts chatting to me about it, the game, and like he's like, oh, I got this and that, and he's like,
Were
you
shooting
should
the
let.
robots?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was in your
Yeah.
stream when he played with you.
Yeah, and he was playing with me for a while. But like, even when I was like, at least have a mic.
Yeah, I saw that. You
Like,
were
what are you
just running
doing?
around. The dude was like speed running the map, and you were like trying to
Yeah,
actually
I'm
look
like-
for shit. I'm like, nice.
Yeah, it was kind of a.
And he
I
was
a
communicating with you on your stream with a delay, and I was like, "That's gotta suck."
It was pretty terrible. And that's why I was like, as soon as we got to like some kind of save point, and I was like, I gotta go. I'm just gonna cut it early. I got some shit to do. Never fucking played with him again. I think the game is deleted. It's still terrible. It's still bad. It's like
Yeah.
it didn't improve
It
at all.
looked bad. It looked bad.
It was just it's very generic. Like, it doesn't look terrible, but it's so like, okay, here's a robot, shoot it.
You gotta
Here's
start
another
getting
robot.
in my Discord and start playing some of these games with us. Like we've been playing like Sea of Thieves. We played Super People.
I see you play Super People.
Well, I play like
But
3 or 4
isn't
games,
that-
and then I get mad.
Here's the thing though, like every time I see you start playing something, you already have a full.
Doesn't matter.
You have a full.
It doesn't
group of
matter.
four
Even
people.
with Valorant, we cycle people out. All you gotta do is just be there.
Oh yeah, I want to sit there and watch while other people play.
Then don't. You ain't got to. Fuck, I don't
No,
care.
I'm just. You're like, holy shit, dude.
No, I, mean, I get it. So
I was watching Valorant too, but is that like actually fun?
Yeah.
It seems really complicated. Is it complicated?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
It is
I don't like
complicated. I mean, it's only complicated until you learn who you want to play. Because each person has a different ability. So once you find the person you want to play with an ability,
Okay.
it's golden. You gotta hit your shots.
Like Overwatch or something, but not at all.
I would say it's kind of like Overwatch and CS:GO. Like they just mixed it together. Yeah, and then you play until Gus disconnects you, and then you go to bed.
Is that what really happens?
That's what happened last night. I was talking. I think we were playing Scribble. And he was like, "Don't anybody write this down." And then he was like, "How am I supposed to write this name?" And it was a character from Gumball. So I wrote the name down, and he was like, he didn't say anything. Then he disconnected me. I was like, "All right, guys, I'm going to bed." End of stream. Went to bed.
Wow.
That's.
Kids having a falling out.
No, fuck, I'd still fucking murder anybody for that, man. But it's just, I was slightly under the influence and I was tired. So when he disconnected me, it saved me a lot of trouble of saying, "Hey guys,
I want to leave now."
Yeah.
You're like, cool.
I'm
Now
like,
that's
I'm
my
going to
out.
bed. And I literally went
Maybe-
lay down and instantly I didn't even bring my charger. I didn't even charge my phone. It was fucking dead.
Oh
So
yeah.
I just went to bed.
What were you drinking?
Whiskey and Coke, always.
Oh yeah, that's always what you drink.
Yeah. But so funny thing, my wife, I'm not gonna say the company she works for. She works for a company, and people pay her to get stuff from the store for them. And sometimes when it happens, everything's already paid for, and they're like, "Okay, I don't want it." So a lot of places you can't return food or alcohol or anything like that. So they were like, "You can keep it." So she
No
brought
shit.
So she brought home 2 half gallons of whiskey for free. They're bad whiskeys. One was Evan Williams, and the other one was Seagram 7. So
No wonder they didn't want it.
yeah. So I mean,
Why did they buy it in the first place?
that's what I drank last night, and I didn't have that many drinks, but that fucked me up. Like,
Did it?
yeah, like I still have a full one right here. It was
Just
cut.
it was been sitting there.
Yeah, well, since just last night, I just got up, went to bed. So I mean, it's still here
Yeah.
until I
Right.
clean the cup. But like, it was just.
Fucking alcoholic.
I'm doing my podcast. Don't come in here and do this. I'm not playing.
Oh snap! You just went full angry mode right there.
Well, she comes in here, starts talking shit, and I told her I'm doing my podcast. She just wants to stand there, and now the kids want to come in. So I'll fight her right here on the podcast. She's half naked. I'll do it right now. Close the door.
Karate
please.
chop.
Thank you. Karate chop. Come in here. Yeah. No, I got the camera on. You come over here. No. No.
Oh man.
I said you don't have to go to work today if you don't want to. She said, "I'm my own boss."
Oh.
Yeah, must be nice.
Yeah, that would be
I
nice.
said it must be nice. So yeah, nothing else in life has just changed. It's just I work and then I come home.
she's gonna beat your ass.
She
As
yeah,
soon
right
as,
on. No, I'm
as soon
not
as you
saying
go
that.
and clean your cup out, she's gonna fucking.
You're just gonna hear. You're gonna be like, Alex, what's that? I'm gonna be like, come back, my tongue's hanging out, drool coming down.
Right. What the fuck were you saying? You. Of course not.
I don't.
You don't know.
What were we talking about?
CTE kicking in
Talking about
again.
games.
No, you
And whiskey.
suggest. I cut you off, and I apologize.
Yeah, I
but
mean, it's not like I'm not used to it. No, I'm not.
You're not.
It's
It's been
a while.
8
Yeah,
weeks.
It's been a while.
We're back, baby.
We're back. We got to do this again more. You know.
I didn't know we
Yeah,
do.
Fridays
Got to
off,
get
so
back
we
into the. We got to get back into like a schedule and like do this again.
Yeah,
and
I
keep
mean,
it
any
going.
day you want to. So
I
we're doing it on Friday.
Intended on doing it still. I think I asked you like
No.
a week after. I swear to God I did. I'll fucking pull them up right now and show the camera. Little fucking whore. I don't know if it was text or if it was messenger or
No, you did
Is it-
December
you-
13th.
yeah. And then it was like you were like, whenever. I don't know.
No. You ignored me. Here you go. Hey, you
Yeah.
get out at 2:30, right? You want to record when home is settled? I said I have quite a bit of things to do tonight, so if I can, it won't be till late. That was at 2:41. You text me 4:34. Hey, you gonna be ready in a bit? And you ignored me. You did not say anything back until and then I texted you at January 10th. Go ahead, and pull it up on your phone. I'll do it right now. I'll show everybody. You see it?
Leave you because I remember when
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck this, I don't want to.
You could have just told me. Little bastard. Could have just told me.
I'm so terrible at that, and I know you are too.
That's
When
all I did say,
you-
man. I was like, I deserve it. Somehow I did this once or twice.
I do that to any like. It doesn't matter who it is, a family member, best friend in the world. They're just like, hey, what's up? If I like don't really have shit to say, I won't say shit. I won't sit there and entertain it.
Yeah.
And then I'll literally like forget about it. And then like a month later, they're just like, are
Hey,
you
you remember
alive?
that
And I'm like, yeah, I'm alive. Why? I don't know. I'm so bad at it. I'm not good with phones, I guess. Because in person, I'm good. I'll just say no.
It's just like that. So, but
All
no.
right, so how's RPing going? You doing that again?
Yeah, I'm back into it. Ever since all that shit, I'm back into it.
You a
Yeah.
cop again?
I am.
And you're doing it in 2 servers. How the fuck does that work?
Servers. So one server I'm in, I'm assisting the. It was just we had a mutual friend there, and they asked us to come over, and we started helping them with the police force. And then I got asked to be assistant chief in another server where I know everybody there. But so I'm the assistant chief there, but they just got to work on their player count. We have the cops, obviously. I have the entire crew with me, so we're gonna give them about 10 cops. They just got to get the criminal thing running.
Like,
So
it's just a bunch of cops
right now, that's all it is.
patrolling locals.
Yeah. So we haven't really been there much because of that, which it sucks too because criminals will fly in if they see a number of people there. But it's kind of I stream and I'm there for content. If I don't get any content, I don't play. So I head on over to the place. But the ownership there, and not at Slice of Life, the ownership there and the management team, they're working on like social media promotions and just like all that stuff. So they're working to getting that. And once some traction starts coming in, then we're gonna really focus on that one. And because the police department there is essentially what we had before, so it's like everything that we have already done before. I don't want to say copied, but mirrored over there because, the guy who's running that police department is the guy that ran a police department with me, or he was a higher up with me before. So, so yeah. So that's how I do 2 servers. One of them I just spend a little more time in because there's players. And then when more players go to the other one, I'll be over there.
You're gonna overwhelm yourself again?
Only if I'm asked.
No.
If they ask me to, then yeah. I'll definitely be on board with staff and stuff like that. I know that they were possibly already talking to Gus. So I mean, if Gus does it, then you already know it's like a package deal type thing. If Gus doesn't do it, or he's turned off about it, I'll probably, I'll probably still help type thing, but I'll be like, you don't have a choice. Gus is coming. That's what I mean, that's essentially what I told him. I was like, hey, if you want me, you have to accept these people as well. So, and they were like, yeah, it's fine. And I was like, okay, count us in. So other than that, I took that hiatus off RP and we just did nothing but play. We played New World for a little bit, got bored of that, and we played this game Icarus. Absolutely phenomenal game. Love it.
What's that?
Icarus is, I think you would absolutely love it too. You really need to get it. It's a game.
It's a survival game, right?
It's a survival game, yeah. You literally land down on a predetermined location and with nothing. Until you level up, you can start bringing stuff with you. But you land there with nothing. You have to get your rocks, your trees, your wood, your stone, your water, your food, hunt, all that type of stuff to survive. And it's mission based. That's good and bad in my opinion, because you have a mission, you get in, you get everything you need for the mission, you're done with the mission, you complete, you fly out. Everything that you've done there is gone now. It's completely done.
Oh.
So like, let's say the mission, we have mission timers, like how long you have to do a mission. Let's say we just finished one the other day and it was a 30-day mission timer. We finished it early and we put like so much time into mining and building, and like Luca spends all his time building the big stone castles that we live in. And as soon as we're done with the mission and we complete it, he flies out. It's all gone.
Everything's gone?
Just completely gone.
Oh, that's really upsetting.
So, but there are there are a mode, it's called Outpost, where you can go in and you just survive. Like there's no mission. There's no timer.
Okay.
Like you have that, but I think I want to get back into it again because I think I want to beat the game because we're pretty far in. They update it regularly with new missions and stuff like that, but I want to be like on top of it. Yeah, and there's talent trees, there's skill trees. Like I learned a bunch, like we can build guns, and it's so much stuff that you can do. You just couldn't do it in a day. So that's what we pretty much play heavily together. And you can have up to 4, 5, or 6 people in at a time. So there's me, Sean, Gus, and Luca are the main 4 that play it. And then like other people have kind of popped in here and there. So yeah, that's what we do.
Now, how long would be a 30-day mission? Is that like an actual 30 days?
Yeah, no, you have 30 days to complete it. Not you're going to be there for 30 days.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
You do have however many hours or in 30 days to complete the mission. Like as soon as you load in, the mission timer starts going down.
I would feel like I would. Like I like a survival game, but the whole like getting into a mission and then once it's complete, literally, everything just goes away and then you go to a different
never
area.
Be back on that map again, or not that map, but that. So what it is, it's like a new world loaded every time you go in.
Yeah.
So you could land, like we've landed at the same spot multiple times, but it's just all wiped because it's a new mission.
Right.
So it's not. In my opinion, it's good and bad. Like it forces you to like. Because once you land there the first time and you do things a certain way, the next time you go back, you're like, fuck, we're not going to do it that way again. We're going to do it this way. And it makes it simpler. So you learn off of what you do.
Right.
So it's
interesting.
It's an interesting game and it's very fun. It's very fun to play with because you do get mad a lot because you'll get charged by a bear and it'll instantly kill you and there's nothing you can do about it. And then you like Alt F4 because you're mad. I've done it. So...
Wait, so what happens after you die? You just respawn, or
you have a choice? You could respawn. You take an XP cut. You could go back and get your stuff, or you wait for somebody to come revive you and you get all your stuff back.
Oh, okay. Wait on.
So you don't lose anything unless you fly out. Like legitimately go to your pod and fly out. But like you have deterioration type stuff, food, water, it deteriorate in your inventory. Storms come in depending on the base you have. It'll destroy it, catch it on fire.
Oh shit. That's cool.
It is cool. It's definitely something if you're looking to play friends. It's definitely a good game to play. Even if you were to start with us now when we're all level 30 something and up.
The last big survival game I got super into with my buddy Nick and John was Green Hell.
Never played it.
That one was like so intense because it was like it went to the detail of like you had to balance your carbs, protein, water. Like
That's wild.
Yeah, like you had to eat fruits. You can't just eat fruits and then be full. You had to eat fruits, nuts, and meat, and fucking veggies and shit to like balance it. And if you did if you didn't eat like meat in a certain amount of times or like something fatty, you'd still be weak and your stamina would like drop super fast. And if you like get scratched in like the fucking woods and they got infected, it would kill you faster because you weren't like
Well,
yeah, like it was so weird. It was insane. And then like you'd start going insane and shit. And then like they had this mechanic to where like you'd start hearing shit in your headphones and you'd hallucinate certain things. So it was really fun because there was a point like the hallucination thing was kind of so dope that with other people because it will fuck with you. It'll fuck with you with other people. So there's like so my buddy Nick, his sanity was just super low, and it gets lower as you know, if you kill a tribesman, which is kind of like their enemy there, that stay kind of far away until you really fuck with them, and you kind of get into the area, then they're gonna mess with you, you know, to defend themselves. Yeah. And then if you start killing them, or if you see other people kill, you know, just the shit that you see in the game, your sanity will go lower. And Nick was fucking shit up left and right, and his sanity got super low. And I was in the cave. We had like this cave set up and shit, just building stuff. And I went out. He got back to the cave and he was like doing whatever. And and apparently his sanity was so low he kept hearing voices in the headphones, like people whispering behind him and shit. And he had like all he had was a spear. And the motherfucker almost killed me because the way it did was made him look at me and see a tribesman. So he thought that a tribesman followed him back to the cave. And I was just going in. I'm like getting like nuts and food for the night. And I go into the cave and he's like, he stands there with the spear. He's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, there's a fucking tribesman in the cave. And I'm like, wait, where? And he's like, no, dude, it's coming at me. And he starts fucking trying to stab me. And I'm like, that's fucking me, dude. And he's like, no, it's not. That's a fucking... And I was like, dude. And we started fighting over it. And I was like, after we found out that's what it was, because I seen his like video of it, of his point of view. And I was like, that's dope. It was really cool. It was a really fun game.
I want a zombie survival game better, like more produced than 7 Days to Die. Like, have you ever played that?
7 Days to Die, yes.
I want a better quality game just like that. Multiplayer. So I want like a mix between Icarus and a zombie game where you can build bases, zombie hordes will come in and take you out, noises will attract, that type of thing.
Right.
Like we have one, like the game we play now, Icarus, at night you get like wolves and a higher population of animals, but I want fucking zombies to come after me, you know? But like that type of thing. I know there's one coming out where you have to survive in like a mall or something like that. I think that one's coming out soon, but I don't even think it's zombies. I think it's like other people I don't know, but I need a new zombie survival game that forces you to go into a tech tree and build and survive. Yeah. I want that. I want something I can invest in, but there's also zombies because I like zombies. So
zombies are cool. You can't go wrong with zombies. That's why everybody makes zombie games. It just sells. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It can be shitty. Like Back for Blood. Everybody fucking bought it. And then like, this is terrible.
It's terrible.
I already bought it. So
buy it. It's now free on Microsoft. I might download it. So, yeah. So
no, don't even do that. It's not worth it.
Well, I know Dying Light 2 is coming out in days now. So I will be getting that.
Really?
Yeah. I loved the first one. Absolutely loved it. So I'm getting.
I never finished the first one, but I did play it and I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think I got to the point where I got the first like runner at night. That was like the.
That was it.
Yeah, it was like the beginning of the game, but I did enjoy what I did.
Yeah,
I spent a lot of time like just exploring and like not really progressing at all.
Still ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm really into right now though? It came out. It's been out on the Switch for a long time. Rise. So it just came out on. It came out on PC like a couple weeks ago.
The game is called Rise?
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise.
Never heard of it.
It's the newest Monster Hunter game. It's been out on Switch for months, but I didn't get it on the Switch. I got it. I seen that it was going to release on PC. I was like,
I've never
fuck it,
played
I'll
any of
just
the
wait.
Monster Hunter games.
So fun, dude. So addicting.
What makes it addicting?
I mean, you like boss battles and shit in
Yeah.
like games?
Yeah.
Well, that's all it is.
Oh,
It's literally you go into the map and you go find the boss and you fight the boss, and you do it with random people all the time. You can do it with your friends if you want to. You can do it with yourself. And it like every monster has its own like armor set you can build and upgrade, and weapons you can build and upgrade, and you build different sets to do certain things with different monsters, and it's just a cycle of just grind.
how many people
And
can you
it's
play with?
fun. Up to 4. Well, I guess up to 3. So 4 altogether. That's like a full
Squad.
lobbies for you.
Hmm.
But what I've been doing is like, because you can like, there's two separate things. So there's the village quest, which is basically like story mode, and that's kind of it's meant to be played alone. And so it's kind of the difficulty is pretty much
Scaled
lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you get into, there's the hub quest, which ramps up the difficulty, even if you're just doing it by yourself. It's like hard mode pretty much. And then but you can also either request join, which means basically makes that quest open,
yeah.
and people can just join you. And it's random people. There's not really a whole lot of voice chat. So it's not like you get random people that are just assholes and they just come and they just fight with you and
How are
fucking
the
loot
graphics
up.
on PC?
They're just, I mean, they're great. I mean, they're not nothing top notch or nothing. It's not like it's got ray tracing or something. It's a port from a Switch game, so it's not like the best thing. Like Monster Hunter World, which was the last game, which released on everything, consoles, PC, from the beginning, is way better looking.
Okay.
But it's a lot slower paced. Monster Hunter Rise is super fast paced. You have like mounts you can ride, and fucking you can speed through the shit. You can get, you don't have to track them and all that. Like the Monster Hunter World, there's a whole mechanic where you have to track the monster first, find out where it's been, this and that and the other, then fight it. This one is like you get to a map and you literally, it says right here, this is where it's at. Here's the other 2 monsters that are randomly placed. And if they meet like another monster, they'll start fighting each other, and you can end up riding the monster and fighting the monster like that. It's just very fun. You'd have to like, yeah. I mean, it's fun as fuck. I love it. I've already beaten the entire thing, and because once you get to a certain point, like the first, it goes by hunter ranks, and every star goes up to 7 stars. And once you pass the 7 stars, it basically uncaps, and you pretty much just level up from there.
Yeah.
But the first 7 stars is the entire game, and once you hit once you hit that, you'll uncap it, and then every 10 or 20 of the ranks that you go up, you'll unlock a new, they call them Elder Dragons, but basically a new monster that's even harder and more life and shit, and then you start grinding to get their shit, and I'm like hunter rank 60 now, and I'm trying to get to 100 so I can get the last monster that is unlocked, and then get my set fucking perfect, and then I'll be done. That's pretty much the gist of it. Kill monsters, upgrade your shit, kill more monsters. And it's really fun when you like, because you can kind of skip through.
Yeah.
You only have to do a certain amount of quests in each star to go up to the next star. But they give you a list of like 10 to 12, but you only have to do 4. So what I did like 4 of the 1-star ones, 4 of the star 2, and just kind of rush through it, because I know how Monster Hunter, like how it works. Once you uncap it, you level up like normal, and that's what I wanted. So I would just do the 4, and then after I got like yesterday, I went back and did a star 1 village quest, and it was like literally almost 3 hits, and the giant monster was fucking dead, and it was great because the first time I fought that monster,
it took an hour and a half.
it took me like you get a 50-minute time limit. It took me 45. So fun game.
I'll have to check that one out.
Kind of sucks that it's the port and it's still fucking $60, but
Okay, maybe I'm not gonna check that game out.
I wish I don't know. I mean, I personally think it's worth $60, but I wish that games that have been out for a longer time.
I mean, if you go to Steam, I think Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2 is still $60. So I mean,
is it really?
The Call of Duty games.
That's insane.
It's wild, absolutely wild.
Well, Nintendo's huge on that. So like Nintendo, like if you look at their store, like I even think Breath of the Wild, which is a launch game, is still fucking $60.
What do you think about the new Pokemon game?
I haven't played it, but I seen like a little bit of gameplay for it. I don't know. I feel like what it is they're gonna put you into these huge fucking maps that are just way too big with very little to do. That's what I see when I seen the fucking gameplay like review or whatever trailer, I guess.
Good.
It looked very empty, but I could be wrong. I didn't play it, so and I haven't seen anybody play it yet. I haven't like watched. What about you? I really liked Sword and Shield back when that came out.
Yeah,
I fucked with that.
I haven't played a Pokemon game in many moons.
Oh really? Yeah. I mean, I started with like what was it, Red and Blue and shit?
Yeah.
Game Boy,
Red, Blue, Yellow, all that.
Yeah. But once it went to like
Charizard,
once it went to like Black, White, Pearl, Diamond, I never played it. And then Sword and Shield came out, and I was like, "Oh, I have a Switch. Why not?" And I got really into that one. I beat that one. This one, I don't know. It's very was like, "Hey, go research Pokemon!" Yay! That's it. That's what it feels like.
Hey, so I have hit you with an ultimatum. 1, you hang out for a second. I got to go do something. 2,
okay,
end it and talk again another day. It shouldn't take me too long. So it's up to
you know what? How long has this been going? Because I feel like
15 minutes.
We can end it. We're good.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean,
it's a good return episode.
A good return episode. 90% of podcasts are an hour, anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
because what does Bobby Lee say? I want to put the most amount of content in 1 hour.
I heard you're not allowed to use headphones at your new job.
I don't think. No, that's not true. Because I've seen many, like Abby, she'll use them. I've seen her use them almost every day. I'm not using them currently because I'm literally being trained by someone that's old and been there for 19 years. I'm not gonna
I wouldn't
disrespect.
Either,
but and also he has a radio thing. You can listen to the radio, or you can have a radio, and it's kind of weird because like the bays are super close, but almost every bay will have some kind of music. At least every other.
Yeah.
Like on my left, there'll be a dude that listens to the shit that I fucking down with, like metal and like rock and shit. The dude that's training me, he's super like he listens to nothing but the Fox channel, the fucking classic rock, which is great too. Yeah, it's great. I'll listen to fucking Queen every day, whatever. Fuck it. And then there's another person that'll be like country. I just stay away from that bay.
Does Justin still work there?
His last day was Thursday.
Where'd he go?
He got a job being some diesel mechanic at some fucking shop with his friend. So I mean, I'm guessing making way more money.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're an actual mechanic, not just an installer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, we can try
Thursdays or Fridays. You do Thursdays since you don't have to work Friday, and Friday is my day that I drink. So,
okay, that works for me. I'm good
as long as you don't ignore my text message again. So,
we're not. I don't ignore nothing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I pulled the receipt up. I'll screenshot it. You can put it right at the end of the video.
Screenshot it. So. Hey, I was doing good the last couple of days. Shut up.
All right, it was good talking to you, man. I'll talk to you next week. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right, see ya.